For more than 100 years, education has basically been run like a factory. We take 30 kids, stick them in a room, give them all the same book, the same lecture, and the same test, and we call that fair. Well, that factory is about to close its doors for good. We're stepping into an era of hyper-individualized learning, and trust me, it's going to change everything.
Okay, let's just dive right into this. For a century, the whole system was built around this idea of teaching to an average student. But let's be real. You know it, I know it. That person is a myth. They don't exist. Every single student learns at a different speed, gets stuck on different things, and gets excited by different ideas. And that one-size-fits-all model, yeah, it's on its way out, officially.
So, this is the big shift right here, moving from something rigid to something incredibly dynamic. On the left, you've got the classroom we all recognize. Same book, same test. But on the right, that's the future. It's a classroom powered by an AI partner, where the syllabus isn't some static document anymore. It's a living, breathing algorithm that adapts to each student. And it totally flips the script on the teacher's role, from just a lecturer to more of a personal guide.
So what's making all this possible? Well, it comes down to a really specific kind of AI, something way beyond the simple chatbots you might be used to. It's called agentic AI, and folks, it is a total game changer. These aren't just tools, they're becoming actual autonomous partners.
So what is agentic AI anyway? Think about it like this. A normal chatbot just sits there waiting for you to type something. Agentic AI, it's proactive. You can give it a huge goal, like I want to master algebra, and it'll work on that with you for weeks, all on its own, planning, doing, and changing its approach as you go. It's the difference between a simple calculator and a dedicated 24/7 personal tutor.
And this is how it actually works, which is pretty brilliant. So it can take that big, fuzzy goal and break it down into small, manageable steps. It's got memory, so it actually remembers that you were stuck on a certain problem last week. It adapts on the fly when you get something wrong, and it can even pull in other tools like a 3D simulation or a cool data set to help you understand something. This is what makes it a true learning partner. So what does this actually look like for a student? Well, for the student, this technology basically creates what you could call an infinite tutor. It's a curriculum that's literally built from the ground up just for you, an audience of one. This whole thing works as a constant adaptive loop. It's always learning about you. First, it's always tracking how you're doing, and not just your grades, but also if it senses you're getting bored or frustrated. Then, when you get stuck, it doesn't just say wrong. It figures out the exact reason why you're stuck, what they call the cognitive gap. And then, instantly, it reshapes the lesson to fill that gap, giving you exactly the support you need right when you need it. And the whole point of this system, the ultimate goal, is to keep every single student in this perfect state of learning, something educators call the zone of proximal development. Just think of it like the Goldilocks zone of learning. The work is tough enough to keep you hooked, but not so crazy hard that you just want to give up. It's basically the end of being bored with stuff that's too easy or frustrated with stuff that's too hard. Okay, so with all this automation, you have to ask, are teachers obsolete? Are they out of a job? And the answer is a hard no. Actually, it's the exact opposite. This whole thing is designed to augment their ability to mentor, not replace them. Seriously, you can think of this as a teacher's superpower. The AI takes over all the boring, repetitive stuff. The grading, the endless paperwork, just delivering the basic facts. This gives teachers these amazing real-time dashboards showing exactly who's struggling with what. It frees them up to do what only a human can do: inspire, mentor, and help with all the crucial social and emotional stuff that leads to success. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly sums up this new role. The teacher isn't just standing at the front of the room anymore, the sage on the stage, lecturing to everybody. Instead, they become this guide by the side, using all that data to step in with personalized help and that crucial human connection right when it's needed most. Okay, but here's the thing. There's a really, really important catch to all this. You can't just throw any old chatbot at a student and expect miracles. In fact, that can seriously backfire. It turns out not all AI is created equal, especially when it comes to learning. Yeah, check this out. Research from the OECD brings a pretty stark warning. What they found was pretty shocking. Sure, using a generic AI might make your homework look amazing, but when it's exam time and that AI's gone, poof, the advantage disappears. It's creating a crutch, not actual knowledge. And that right there is the key difference. We're talking about an answer machine versus a real learning tool. A general-purpose AI, its only job is to give you the best possible answer, right? It actually wants you to think less.
But these specialized learning tools, they're built on a completely different philosophy. They're based on the actual science of how our brains learn, and their goal is to help you build real skills, not just spit out answers. And that's what leads to real, lasting understanding.
But, and this is a big but, this whole amazing revolution could come crashing down because of one massive challenge. And that's the question of equity. Because if this tech is the key to unlocking human potential, what happens to the kids who can't get their hands on it? I mean, we are staring down the barrel of a digital divide 2.0. Think about it. A future where wealthy students have a personal AI genius coaching them 24/7, while everyone else gets stuck with clunky, static software. We have to be so careful that personalized learning doesn't just become a fancy new word for privileged learning. And all of this leaves us with one last really big question to think about. For generations, right, we've kind of been told that the struggle is part of learning, that wrestling with a problem is what builds character and makes the knowledge stick. But what if that's not the whole story? Could an AI guide, by keeping us perfectly challenged, actually help us reach our full potential way faster and more effectively than we ever thought possible? Or is there something crucial we lose when that struggle gets optimized away? The lesson is yours.